Now back to the video that I promised you. Now, like I said it before and I say it again. Antifa, Black Lives Matter rioters, they're like regular gang members. Like really, like they are. They talk tough in a group, they talk tough in a gang, in a pack. But the moment they're left alone, they're children. They're children crying for mommy and daddy, saying they don't want to go to jail. They're crying, they're throwing their tantrums. This is what happens when a generation grows up without getting spanked once in a while. This is a generation that grows up being told yes all the time. They've never been told no before. There's a generation that is used to throwing a tantrum and they get their way. Now, the age of this man, 23 years old. The same age as me. The difference? When I got out of line, my parents would whoop my butt. No joke. They would get the belt, they would get la chancla, and 23 years later, I have yet to commit robberies and destroy property and burn down buildings and get arrested. But this guy, 23 years old, and he's already getting arrested. I'm pretty sure his parents failed miserably at raising this kid because that's what he is. He's a kid. He's still a kid. The guy probably doesn't even have a job, and if he does, he's probably a very bad employee. This guy talks all tough in a group, but he gets arrested and he throws a tantrum, saying, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. And that's what happens, man. Like I said, it's the parenting. It has to be the parenting. This guy's 23 years old, and I don't even behave like that. I don't throw a tantrum when I don't get my way. If I'm requesting a promotion at my job and I don't get it, I don't throw a tantrum. I just say, okay, I didn't get it. I wasn't the best to get the promotion, and I move on. I'm not gonna throw a tantrum. I'm not gonna say McDonald's is racist or Hispanic because I didn't get a job that I wanted. This guy, this guy was probably raised by parents who gave him everything he wanted, and that's what he's used to. If he doesn't get his way, he's gonna throw a tantrum, and he's gonna keep doing that tantrum until he gets his way. Yeah, man, I must say, 23 years old, same age as me, and I don't even behave like that as an adult. Like I said, it's the parenting. I get out of line, my parents would get the chunk and they would whoop my butt. They would take away my phone, they would take away my Xbox, they would punish me like old school parents. But somewhere along that line, people, scientists, I say quote unquote scientists, were saying that parents need to be their kids' friend. They need to treat them like they were their friends. You can't ground them. You can't take away their phones. If you punish them when they get out of line, it's only going to make things worse. Really? Exhibit A. Myself. I got out of line. They punished me, and I turned out just fine. I don't go out looting. I don't go out destroying other people's homes, other people's cars. But this guy is arrested and he cries like a baby when he gets arrested. Funny to watch, I'm not gonna lie. That has to be the parenting, man. But anyways, let's read the story. Violent Antifa commander armed with flamethrower cries in fetal position after police take him down, report says. And this guy was with a flamethrower. I don't even have that kind of arsenal, man. I can't even have that kind of arsenal. In California, I think they're illegal. I might be wrong. But even I don't have that kind of arsenal. I don't have an arsenal in my home. It's insane. This guy's 23 with a flamethrower. I'm 23 and I can barely and it's even hard for me to own firearms to begin with. It's hard in California. But this guy, oh my god, dude, he's 23 years old. So I'm gonna go on a tangent for a bit, but if you believe in parallel universes, like some comics and stuff like that, they like to say that whenever a human makes a choice, there's another universe where the human made the other choice, and then you create a bunch of different universes like that. And that is a huge if. If such theory is true, man, I would have turned out like this guy. If my parents chose not to spank me when I was growing up, I would have turned out just like this guy. Man, I do not. Again, and this is huge. It's just a tangent, it's just like that. But again, if that is true, man, I do not want to meet myself from other dimensions, man. I would not. First of all, I wouldn't stand them, and second, I would not want. I wouldn't be able to resist. I would punch myself in the face if I saw my alternate self behaving like this guy right here. But anyways, enough with the tangent. Let's read the story. A so-called Antifa commander who reportedly was armed dropped to the ground and began crying in the fetal position when law enforcement officers stopped him at a riot and placed him under arrest. Matthew Bonta, 23, was arrested at a riot late last week after he allegedly ignored police commands and has been charged with 2 counts of felony bail jumping and 1 count of obstructing an officer. The Green Bay Press Gazette reported. Charges stem from a report about 9 p.m. Saturday that a whole bunch of white people with sticks, baseball bats, and helmets were headed towards the police, who were trying to break up what they had deemed an unlawful assembly in downtown Green Bay following protests Saturday afternoon. They're not protests, dude. They're riots. If this guy has a flamethrower, it's not a riot, man. I don't know who the hell brings a flamethrower to a protest. I don't know who the hell does that, but okay, whatever. A police officer who responded to the incident pulled in front of 4 individuals, 3 of whom ran away, but managed to catch Banta, who was carrying an Antifa flag. The officer said that Banta dropped into the fetal position and began crying. That right there shows you they only talk big and tough in a pack. Good before. F the police, burn it down, burn it down. Cops show up, they scatter, one guy remains, and what does he do? Please don't take me to jail, and he cries in a fetal position. Same behavior like those teenage wannabe gangsters when I was in high school. They talk tough in a pack. They say they're gonna F you up if you talk smack on them. But by themselves, they're little kids. They can't even fight. They talk tough in a pack, but they can't. But by themselves, they're babies. They're cowards. But anyways, let's keep going. The criminal complaint stated Matthew was brought to the front of my squad when Matthew was identified as Commander Red from an informational bulletin sent out through the department email. Matthew is known to be a violent Antifa member who incites violence and otherwise relatively peaceful protests. As Matthew was under arrest for resisting arrest, I began searching him. Incident to arrest. While searching him, I located 2 military-grade 5-minute smoke grenades. Military grade. Wow. Okay. That guy deserves to get arrested. I also located in his bags, on his person, 2 firework rockets that had Apache printed on them. Those are hardcore fireworks. If you've seen them on YouTube, the Apache fireworks, boy, they're powerful and they're loud. Yeah, I'm not surprised this guy was arrested. Also located in the same bag, a bundle of bottle rockets banded together with plastic wrap. A flamethrower with a propane tank was found inside. Medical bags containing miscellaneous medical equipment and Antifa stickers, filled with pouches containing rocks. Also taken from Matthew as evidence was his Antifa flag, empty green bag, metal helmet, and little scraper. Matthew stated that he was going to the protest, but denied that he was trying to incite a riot. Matthew also denied knowing that the protest was declared an unlawful assembly. Yeah, ignorance of law it doesn't excuse you from getting arrested, man. It's not. Just because you didn't know that it was an unlawful protest doesn't mean that you are free to go. Doesn't mean that. And what happened? What about those items? What were you gonna do with that peaceful protest and with those items? A flamethrower? Really, dude? Unless your protest is about flamethrowers for all, then I could understand. Like similar to that, for example, to the Virginia Second Amendment rally. It's a rally, it's a protest to support the Second Amendment, and logically, we're gonna bring firearms with them because the Second Amendment is about firearms. Now, if you're protesting, everyone should have a right to own a flamethrower. And I could understand why you had a flamethrower, but the protest wasn't about flamethrowers, wasn't Matt? It was about Black Lives Matter, and obviously your goal was to create violence and mayhem. But anyways, let's keep going, shall we? The 3 other individuals ran away, were later caught trying to enter someone's home who would not let them in. They even tried to break into a house. Wow. The homeowner told law enforcement that they didn't know the individuals. Banta is accused in Waupaca County of pointing a loaded gun at a police officer and biting and kicking an officer during a protest earlier this month. WBAY TV2 reported. He's charged there with second-degree recklessly endangering safety and 4 other charges. He posted a $10,000 cash bond. A condition of his bond was that he can't have a dangerous weapon, according to the Brown County District Attorney's Office. Antifa expert Andy No posted additional information, about Banta on Twitter, and the tweet reads: A radical was arrested at an abolished police protest in Waupaca, Wisconsin. Matthew Banta, 23, was filmed fighting an officer and pointing his rifle at him. During the arrest, Banta bit him on the arm. The rifle was loaded and also carried a knife. He was bailed out. As expected, Matthew Banta is a hardcore Antifa militant. He goes by the online moniker the Commander Red. Extremely disturbing that he goes to Antifa protests armed with a loaded rifle. He appears to be friends with violent Portland Antifa suspect Alex Dial, aka Beta Cuck for life. Life spelled with a Y, just so you know. But anyways, that concludes the story, man. Like I said, these guys, these Black Lives Matter riders, Antifa people, they talk big in a group. They do. But the moment they're on their own, when they realize that the people that are quote-unquote on their side, their comrades to be more specific, When they find out that their comrades have bailed on them, they cry like babies. That guy in Portland who kicked an innocent bystander in the head and literally locked him out, borderline killing him. Didn't kill him, thank the Lord, but he nearly killed him. When he found out that his buddies were not gonna help him, he posted on Snapchat. I think it was Snapchat or Instagram. I don't know. I think, but apparently he posted a video of himself crying, saying that he might get arrested for fighting a Nazi, which really was a bunch of BS. Same thing for this guy. Talks tough in a group. Cops show up, group bails, he's by himself. What does he do? Instead of continuing to talk tough, which I would find admirable because at least the guy has courage, the guy's a coward. The guy's a coward. He cries like a baby in the fetal position and cries that he doesn't want to go to jail. Well, too bad, man. Well, too bad. You broke the law, that's what you get. But like I said, man, it has to be the parenting. It has to be the parenting. This guy was probably not spanked once in his life for misbehaviors. I got it on line. My parents would whoop my ass. And that's an understatement. But hey, I'm not complaining. Looking back at it now, 23 years old, I have to say, boy, my parents did right by spanking me when I got out of line. Boy, they did the right thing by grounding me when I got out of line. Boy, they did the right thing when they took away my phone, my Xbox, when I got out of line. Because if they didn't, I would have turned out just like this guy. And boy, I do not want to meet myself in a parallel universe. Like I said, tangent. Like I said, just to create conversation. But again, boy, I do not want to meet myself if I ended up turning up like this guy. I wouldn't resist. I would punch myself in the face if I saw myself turning up like this guy. Had my parents not done what they, had my parents not raised me the way they did. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this guy deserves to be in jail? Have you guys seen the video? Do you think it's hilarious how this guy cries like a baby? And do you agree with my argument that these individuals, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, whatever you want to call them, they talk tough in a pack, but the moment they're by themselves, they cry like babies? Let me know what you guys see in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, like, subscribe, and share this video, and I will see you guys next time.